Chapter 13, Part 1, Destiny, Creating Your Own Future. Destiny isn't some cosmic third party. There is no giant, all-seeing, conscious third-person eye hovering over your life, orchestrating your relationships to fulfill some predetermined destiny. Forget that fairy tale notion. Destiny isn't being handed to you by some mystical force that decides who you meet and what happens to you. Your destiny is not written by an external puppeteer. It's forged in the fires of willpower and practice, and it's created by two people, you and your lover. In this world, there isn't some omnipotent observer whose objectives outweigh your own. Instead, you and the person you choose to share your life with are the architects of your mutual future. When you shape your vision of the future and commit to creating it alongside the one you love, that becomes the highest, best destiny imaginable. It's not about following some cosmic script. It's about seizing control of your own fate. Your vision, your determination, and your shared practice are what mold the destiny you live every day. Part 2. Enemies and the War on Meaning. Enemies, word breakers, and meaning distorters. There are those out there who would rather fuck up the meaning of words than choose better ones. They're the enemies. Those who break language to suit their own agendas rather than using it as a tool to communicate clear ideas. In every battle you fight, guard your meaning and your message. Precision in language is power, and if someone is out there twisting your words, they're not your ally. They're an enemy to be exposed. Part 3. Mating and the Legacy of Your Genes. Mating, the genetic battlefield. Let's get real. It's historically been harder for you, as a man, to secure the continuation of your genes. Think about it. There are twice as many female ancestors passed down through generations because, quite simply, women had to spread their genes more widely. The result? Men who got laid often. And those who didn't. Well, half of us didn't even get the chance to propagate. In this genetic arena, if you succeeded at mating, you likely did so with more than one partner, because nature demanded it. But for every alpha who raked in multiple partners, countless men were left behind, their genetic legacy fading into oblivion. This isn't a matter of luck, it's evolution. Understand this dynamic, and you'll grasp why securing a meaningful, high-quality relationship is not just about love or companionship, but about making your mark on the future. Part 4. Speaking. The Art and Tactics of Communication. Tonality and tactics in speech. Your voice isn't just sound. It's a tool, a weapon, and a symbol of power. Look at drug ads and warning lists. Check out the link on Stat News if you're curious. For a lesson in how tonality can influence perception, when you argue or engage in discussions, especially online, set the frame. Once you speak, you decide the arena in which the conversation happens. The smart, cock-blocking repliers fall for your bait, accepting your frame and diving right in, blind to the greater ideas they're sacrificing. They think they're clever, but in reality, they're just following your lead. Learn forum sliding techniques. Put blinders on your opponents. By controlling the narrative, you prevent them from steering the conversation into irrelevant or inferior territory. And remember, celebrity gossip or mindless chatter about people who don't matter will only drain your mental energy away from what truly builds your life. Part 5. Wealth signaling, marriage, and the dynamics of relationships. Wealth signaling and Veblen goods. Today's world is obsessed with appearances. You can literally target the most attractive people on Facebook if you know their names, using machine learning proxies for beauty like friend count, until technology can really nail it. It's all about wealth signaling, the subtle art of showing you're worth something without saying a word. Marriage, prenups, and the economics of love. Marriage is not an end in itself. It's a tool, a multiplier of enjoyment in life. Some marriages are wonderful, others are downright toxic. But here's the brutal truth. If you don't protect yourself with a prenup, You might just find that $1 million is all it takes for someone to decide they no longer find you funny, interesting, or worth the effort. When you enter marriage, don't set tactics as your ultimate goal. Instead, view it as a means to amplify your joy, to create an environment where both you and your partner can thrive. If things get sour, sometimes the best move is to recognize that staying in a bad situation is not a virtue. Flexibility and multiple paths to happiness are your allies. Don't sweat the small stuff. In the end, your marriage should enhance your life, not chain you down. Part 6. Fashion, grooming, and the visual manifestation of power. Fashion. Texturize and define your image. Your physical presence is your calling card. Popped collars, spiky hair. These aren't just trends, they're strategic moves. They add texture and volume to your image, making you more defined, more attractive. Just like a well-designed material, a little extra texture, say 5 to 8% more volume, can sharpen your overall look. Starch your collar if you must. It gives your upper body structure and shows that you've got style down to a science. Grooming, the subtle art of being attractive. Smell good? It sounds trivial, but if your hair reeks of sweat and neglect, imagine how the rest of you smells. Don't be that person. Your eyes, eyebrows, and facial expressions are your most powerful communicators. A well-groomed set of eyebrows can do wonders for your face. They express emotion and create contrast, making your eyes pop. Trim them with care. For some of you lucky ones with a unibrow, you've got potential. Just refine it to get maximum bang for your buck. And gentlemen, if you remove too much hair, you risk looking overly girly. Find that balance. Pubic hair. Even the small stuff matters. Yes, even down there, grooming matters. There's data out there. Check out that Reddit link that shows a surprising percentage of American women groom their pubic hair. And think about it. If you don't groom, you're not just risking lice. You're signaling that you don't care about details. Part 7. Social media, influence, and the product of your persona. Social media. Crafting your visual story. When it comes to photos, do what the best ads do. Look natural yet composed. Don't stare directly into the camera. Instead, capture a great sunset or a candid moment with friends. The goal is to create an image that exudes effortless cool and confidence. Influence is only as powerful as the objectives it serves, so let your social media presence be a genuine reflection of your values, not a cheap display meant to manipulate. Product development beats sales. Real winners aren't the ones who endlessly peddle their ideas to anyone who'll listen. They're the ones who build the best damn product in existence. So good that it sells itself without any push. You have a choice. Scam people into buying something mediocre, or develop something so revolutionary that your market practically begs you to keep improving. Spend your time on product development, on raising your game, rather than on short-term tactics that dilute your brand. In the end, authenticity and excellence will always trump empty sales pitches. One strike, the rule of efficiency. If you've built up enough momentum in your endeavors, a one-strike policy can work wonders. Don't waste time overcompensating for minor missteps. If you're moving at a high level, you don't need to second-guess every decision. Just keep the momentum and let your results speak for themselves. Loans and the flow of capital. When it comes to borrowing money, you're better off reborrowing what's owed to you than collecting payments. Think about it. By continually recycling capital, you keep the money flowing and you maintain control. It's a cycle. Borrow, reinvest, and grow. That's how you build true financial muscle. Writing, dreamers versus doers. There's no such thing as writers in the conventional sense. There are only dreamers. Writing is merely the vehicle for sharing your vision, your dreams, with the world. If you're not out there putting your ideas into words, you're not truly living your destiny. Part 8. The personal, the social, and the art of influence. Scammers and verification. Always ask yourself, is this person really who they say they are? Check the details. Old yearbooks, printed records. Verification is cheap and effective. Replace blind trust with solid proof. When it comes to influence, stories matter, but they only hold weight if you can back them up with evidence. Use timestamps, records, and any verifiable data you can get your hands on. Kids. A trade-off for the future. Kids are complicated. What's good for the future of the world might be a trade-off for your personal development. If you care about money and excellence in non-familial pursuits, understand that having kids will demand your time and energy. Yet, in the mid to long term, raising kids can yield tremendous fulfillment and even financial benefits. But remember this, sperm can change, eggs cannot. Men are constantly producing new sperm, meaning that lifestyle changes can have a more profound impact on your genetic contribution than on a woman's. Once the child is growing, the onus shifts to ensuring the mother's well-being. Dads, do your part, but know your role is different. DNA tests as data verification. Think of DNA tests on your kids as a raid check for your genes. Just like you verify data to avoid bite route, a DNA test confirms that your genetic legacy is intact and functioning as it should. It's not paranoia. It's smart data management. Being nice versus being effective. Being nice is a gamble, a random function with noise. The Neanderthals and dodo birds didn't exactly win by being overly nice. Sometimes you have to be tough, strategic, and even ruthless. Of course, that doesn't mean you should become an asshole. But understand that sometimes, to get what you need, you must be more than just nice. Being attractive, the dance of presence. If you've got a great body, dancing can make you even hotter. It's not just about the clothes you wear, though crazy, standout attire can help, but about how you move, how you present yourself. If you're the captain of the football team and you exude confidence, or even if you're that guy who might stalk a girl with binoculars, just kidding, don't be that guy, you become magnetic. On the flip side, if you're overweight or unattractive, no amount of bizarre behavior is going to save you. Real attractiveness is a combination of inherent physicality and how you project yourself to the world. Categorizing conversations by motive. To understand the noise of the world, break down conversations by motive. Analyze forum threads or Reddit discussions. Note down the essence of each comment. When you name the bullshit for what it is, you can navigate the conversation with clarity. It's all about being prepared for the inevitable criticism and using it to fuel your progress. Personality and authenticity. Don't chase after trends. If you're wrong, admit it, and then replace it with something better. There's undeniable power in showing vulnerability, but don't let it become a bait for others. Replace blind trust with active verification. In every interaction, demand evidence. That's how you build real influence. Quality of life over time. Ask yourself, is it better to fool yourself into thinking you're doing great things, or to actually get off your ass and make those things happen? Living a life of wasted potential is the slowest way to decay. Your quality of life is directly tied to the actions you take every day. Whether it's fixing your teeth or working on your creative projects, every choice counts. Enjoying life without doing the necessary work is like sucking on your own mediocrity until you wither away. Replace the idea of magnetism with gravity when it comes to your tools. If you're building a computer case and don't want to lose your screws, use magnetic tools or design the system so that when parts fall off, they fall out, not into you. Protect what matters. Fake friends and real connections. Finally, understand that half the people you think are your friends might not be genuine. They may be around for convenience, or worse, they're not really on your side. Learn to discern true allies from fake friends by observing who sticks around when the going gets tough. The truth will set you free. Part 9. Final reflections on destiny and influence. Every single element we've discussed, from forging your destiny with your partner, to refining your appearance and influence, to managing relationships and verifying trust, builds towards one overriding truth. Your destiny is yours to create. There's no cosmic manager handing out fate. Every decision, every word, every look, every act of will shapes your future. Your influence is measured by the quality of your relationships, the clarity of your vision, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. So, stand tall. Command your world with precision. Whether it's in love, business, or simply the way you carry yourself, remember that you have the power to shape your destiny. And when you do, you create not just a future for yourself, but the highest, best destiny this world will ever know. This concludes our detailed, unabridged chapter on destiny and the many facets of influence, relationships, and personal power, all delivered in the raw, unapologetic tone of Richard Hart. Now go out and create the destiny you deserve.